Okay, so in this presentation, I'm just going to walk through some very basic APA things because this module you guys are going to actually be writing part of your paper. And so I want to make sure that we are all on the same page when it comes to APA formats. So one of the things that you can do is you can use this reference. This is APA. One of the ways you can get there, I'm just going to type it in your APA. If you're ever searching for it on Google, you can just do APA format. Um, and as you scroll down, you're going to get the Purdue OWL APA format style guide. All right. So I want to talk a little bit about the general format, and I'm going to show you in Microsoft Word on some things that you can use and hopefully will be helpful as you go through. So just the general format. So the big things here, your essay or your paper should be typed and double spaced. Okay. So when I go to my Word document, I want to make sure that my spacing is double spaced, so multiple is where it is right now. So I want to change that to double spaced. Okay, so I went to paragraph and then I clicked on this little arrow right here and it changed my settings. All right, so that's the one thing. You also want it to be, they say here that recommends using 12 point Times New Roman font. So we're going to go over here and we are going to change this to Times New Roman and we're going to change this to 12. All right, so this is the very initial setup. And then it says you want to include a page header or what's known as a running head at the top of every page. And to create that, I'm going to just show you in Microsoft Word. All you're going to do is you're going to go up here to Insert, and you are going to insert a header. All right. So when I click on this, it's going to give me some options of headers to pick from. Go with the very first one. That's the one that's going to work. So we're going to click header, and we're going to title it. It says it needs to be in all caps. Running head and how to set up your paper for APA. And then once you've titled that, you can close your header and footer. And then on every single page, this is going to show up. All right. So that's the basic setup right there. And then you've got main sections of your paper. You've got a title page. You've got an abstract, main body, and reference. All right. So on your title page, you're going to have your running head at the top, and you're going to have your paper that should look like, I'm going to scroll down a little bit here so you can get an idea. So notice this is what your paper, your very first page should look like. It should have running head, title of your paper. The running head is really a short version of what your title is. And then you've got your name and your university. All right, so here they actually put title page. If you put that on there, that would be great. Okay, so let's do that. One of the things that I recommend you do is you can minimize or make your document. So if I go down here and I click on this, then it helps me to actually see where I am in my paper. So if I want to put my title in the middle of my page, I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to hit center, and then I'm going to increase the size of my paper again so I can see it. All right, so one thing they want you to do is notice here it's all caps, and then here in the title, it's the first letter that is capitalized of each part of your title. So here I'm going to say how to, how to formulate an APA paper. And then what they also want you to do is put your name and put the university. Okay, so Lindsay Edwards, Hardin Simmons University. Okay. Now, one of the things you can do is you can insert a page break, and that's going to put you on the next page. So if I click on that, notice my running head is still there. I'm also in the center, which I don't want it in the center. I want to go back to putting it on the edge. Now, there's a couple of formatting things when it comes to writing your paper. So if you ever forget, again, go back to your APA. If I scroll down here, there's an abstract one. I'm not going to worry about an abstract for us, but what I do want you to do is I want you to put an abstract page into your paper. So if I go back here, I am going to center this again, and I'm going to caps lock it, and I'm going to say abstract. All right, I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to hit page break again because I'm going to go to the next page. All right, and I'm going to then left margin this. All right, so we got an abstract page. All right, and ultimately that's a good example, just setting your paper up. Now, one of the things that they say is to do when you are starting a sentence to indent it 1/2 inch. Okay, your margins here all have to be 1 inches. So one of the things you can do is you can go to layout, and I'm going to go here to margins, and I'm going to go to, here we go, here's normal, which is I think is what it's at. So it's normal. And if I was going to start a sentence, I'm going to first title what it is I'm going to do. So here I'm going to say this is the introduction. All right, and I'm going to left margin again, and then I'm going to tab it over 1/2 inch. And I'm going to start my introduction. How to write an APA format paper requires us to review some of the concepts. All right. All right, so you can start with 1/2 inch in. So you're going to write your paper, you're going to do an introduction, and then the next video I'll talk a little bit about formatting some other things.